Welcome to the AWS Security Fundamentals course. This lecture will be a quick overview of what you will learn in the coming videos. The goal is make you aware of the prerequisites, intended audience, scope, and learning objectives of this entire course. This is a beginner level course, thus there is no need of a deep knowledge of any kind. However, you will need of a general IT background in order to understand some of the terms and concepts that I will use. You should also have a very basic understanding of AWS. By basic I mean you should in general understand the core AWS services like EC2, VPC, S3 and RDS. If you don't have this knowledge, I recommend that you step back and take a look in the other courses from the AWS Fundamentals series. This course is directed towards any person interested in getting started with the topic of AWS security. I would also like to point out that the contents of this course are going to be very useful for anyone planning to take any of the AWS Associate Level certification exams. Let's start talking about the scope of this course. We will have an entire lecture dedicated to the AWS Shared Responsibility model, something you have probably heard already, perhaps in the Cloud Academy's Technical Fundamentals course. In this course, I will point out a few related considerations that we need to be aware of when working with AWS. I will also provide a few examples of how to achieve security by following the most common best practices. Through the coming lectures, we will cover all the AWS services in the security and identity category, top to bottom, dedicating a full lecture to each. By this point, I believe that you can probably anticipate our learning objectives. However, it's always a good idea to be clear. By the end of this course, you should understand the AWS Shared Responsibility model, meaning you should be able to easily identify who is responsible for what in the AWS cloud. We will not go deep into responsibilities for each service. My goal is more to make you aware of the concept as a whole, so you can identify the responsibility for an action by your own, based in the type of the service. You should also be able to describe all the services in the security and identity category. Remember that this is a beginner level course, so we will go through each service but covering only the main areas that you need to get started.